My ex cheated on me, so I got my lick back and slept with his twin brother. Now I'm pregnant and they both could be the father. You're a messy bitch. Should I tell both of them or say nothing? Because the baby gonna look like both of them anyway.
Bro, you know it's bad when Cardi B has nothing to say. Like, girl is damn near speechless. Like, this is about to turn into one of these scenes.
In the case of 4-year-old Jamaria Roosevelt, you are not.
Okay, I just know some of y'all are itching to get your lick back on someone who did you so dirty, y'all would stoop to the lowest of the low. And sometimes I just gotta respect the grind. Cause one thing about me is I got zero tolerance for cheating. So whatever happens next, that's just your karma. It's called a reasonable crash out. But the way some of y'all do it is so messy, y'all will really be on that Ice Spice talking about some,
if he's cheating, I'm doing him worse. Like, no, Uno, I hit the reverse.
I mean, seriously, some of y'all will do your cheating exes dirtier than Dobby did his own father when he aired out his dirty laundry on live television. That is worse than any type of ass whooping he gave him, if you ask me. I mean, it went so hard, it literally out-trended the freaking presidential elections on Twitter, guys. He really said, when they go low, I go lower. It really does take a certain level of pettiness to be able to pull half this stuff off, and I mess with it heavy.
And sometimes we take it to Petty University.
So to figure out how these situations even happen, we're going to be reacting to a handful of revenge cheating stories I've compiled for you today. And if you're new here, welcome. We like to dive into some juicy storytelling. Now, I normally react to TikTok videos, but this time around, I'm going to be doing something a little different and read you some stories from the wonderful app of Reddit. Yes, I am chronically on there, fight me. Thought I'd do something different for a change, so let me know if you'd like to see more of it. And without further ado,
let's get straight to it. On my mama, we lit.
So this first story is titled Best Cheating Revenge Story Ever by Old Farts 2024. Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading this in one go, so I wasn't expecting to read that username. I'm so mature, guys, I swear. Trust me, guys. Okay, let me lock in. So the story reads, a buddy of mine was cheated upon a bunch of years back. His live-in girlfriend and he were going through a rough patch when she decided to step out on him. She had said she was going to visit her family about 600 kilometers away and would be gone for a week. Imagine his surprise when he saw her having the time of her life on a restaurant patio with her ex. He snapped some photos as proof and went home. He was on a month lease that required 60 days notice. She was not on the lease, so he gave his notice and found a new place while she was gone. Okay, smart thinking, I see you. In the remaining weeks, he stayed distant and mentioned couples therapy but did not push things and avoided... Wait, can I say that on YouTube? Okay, I'm just gonna say he avoided doing the devil's tango, if you get my drift. She also was out late and occasionally claimed she was crashing and spending the night with friends. He just said okay. Now the landlord was actually a good guy and kept silent on his end. They'd both worked things out that the new tenant prospects came by when she was out at work or with her AP. On moving day, a hired crew showed up and started boxing stuff early that morning. When she asked what was up, he laid out copies of the photos he'd taken. The landlord then told her she had until midnight to get her stuff out as the new tenants were moving in 2 days later and he needed to tidy up. And if she didn't, her stuff would be put on the curb. My buddy snapped one last pic of her clothes and toiletries in a big pile in the main room, and all the furniture was his as it turns out. The plan, the execution of it, and his cool demeanor throughout were a legend in our friend group to this day. End quote. Wow, okay. It's like he was playing chess with their entire relationship. He was seriously on that grind. Like, I bet he felt exactly like this.
What do you think of that, Elle? This is my perfect victory! That's right! I win!
Bro really had his little light Yagami moment and ran with it. Like, he really said,
I am always 2 steps ahead.
Alright, monologue over. I guess I just like the fact that the minute he felt like he was being messed with, he was up and out of there. No disrespect or licks, just moving on and getting up out of there. I just wonder if that was a bit of an overreaction, like kicking her out over like a dinner. I don't know, you guys let me know. Okay, so this next story is titled Once a Cheater, Always a Cheater, an epic story of revenge on my ex. The story reads, so I'd been on and off with this girl for a while. She was smoking hot, solid 9 out of 10. Her and I just kind of clicked right off the bat and it felt very natural. She seemed pretty smart too, felt like I lucked out, but boy was I wrong. We were at that awkward friends but not friends stage for about half a year, and then one night she drops the L-bomb. I'm totally cool with it too, let her know I felt the same way. We dated for about a year, then stuff gets weird. I post some stupid cute comment on her Facebook picture just trying to be sweet, and this dude comes in telling me that I'm too slow on the draw and that he's Prince Charming. Red flags now. This dude sounds pretty confident, though we've been talking about stuff kind of confident. I confronted her about it and she insisted they were just friends. Yeah, right. And she said they just started talking last month. I'm not stupid. I tell her she either cuts off contact with him or I'm walking. She chose the latter because he's a really nice guy. Okay, whatever. I'll get over it. Just another woman hell-bent on wasting my time. About a month later, she came crying back and insisted she loves me and we are meant to be together, and that guy was such a dick. Mainly because he hooked up with her and bailed from what I understand. I know she's full of crap, but on the off chance she's serious, I have her swear that she loves me and there's no going back this time. I set up a fake profile with a sizable library of handsome photos from a random guy I found online. Then I add enough info and friends to make it believable, then add her and start chatting her up on this fake profile. She swears left and right that this time is different. Meanwhile, Matt is scoring her number and setting up a date. I had an alternate phone number thanks to Text Plus, free texting and calling. I'm freaking pissed. It takes a real heartless person to sit there confessing their love to someone they've been with for a year and a half while simultaneously setting up a date with someone else they've never even met or know nothing about. Yeah, I'm definitely burning this shallow female dog to the ground. Side note, this person is really angry. Like, I've had to censor out several words in this paragraph already. But as I was saying, I even did my best to make Matt sound like kind of an idiot and kind of an a-hole. She dropped the word babe, for example, and Matt responded with, "Don't call me that again, got it? I'm not your babe." God, this is priceless. So she's going to school and takes the bus back and forth. I know her classes run pretty late and buses don't run forever, you know? So Matt is going to pick her up after school in his fancy car and take her on the most romantic date of her life. Or at least that's what she thinks. He conveniently doesn't get off work until about an hour after she gets out of class. She says it's fine and she'll just study until Matt arrives. Meanwhile, I'm asking her as myself if she wants to hang out and she says she has some extracurricular thing going on and that her friend is going to give her a ride back home. Hahaha, screw you. So she hits up Matt texting, "Hey, are you almost there? If not, I have to take the bus because they stop running soon." You can tell she's getting a little annoyed, so Matt says, "Yeah, sorry, I had to do overtime. We were super busy tonight. I'm leaving now." And she replied, "Okay, can't wait to see you." Oh, you can and you will. Time drags by and now Matt is super late. He's super apologetic and he's speeding to the school to get to her. He texted, "Crap, I just got pulled over. I shouldn't have been speeding, but I felt bad for being late." She replied with, "Seriously? Wow, well get here as soon as possible." Time keeps ticking and she is pissed at that point. Matt is hours late. Finally, I break the news. "Sorry, I don't go out with lying pigs." What? What are you talking about? This isn't Matt. This is OP. You guys know each other? No. I set you up to see if you were an unfaithful person and you are. Then she had the nerve to tell me that she wasn't actually going to meet up with him. Are you kidding me? I told her don't talk to me anymore and I suggest you start walking because I think you missed your bus. Months ago, she hit me up again. She was very apologetic and said the whole incident has been replaying in her mind. I told her I appreciate it and I'm willing to be friends, but I have a girlfriend. I didn't, and even if I didn't, I wouldn't date her again. She said she understood and the subject of our falling out came up another day. She said her 3-hour walk of shame was the worst she's ever felt in her life. Good, it was the best I've ever felt in mine. TLDR, lying cheating ex-girlfriend tries to cheat on me with an imaginary guy and finds herself making a 3-hour walk of shame instead. Jeez guys, is it bad I kind of feel bad for the girl in this situation? Like, don't get me wrong, what she did was inexcusable, but the way this guy was talking about her was really off-putting. Like, he was calling her so many bad things that I couldn't even say it on YouTube. Like, if this Reddit post somehow got turned into a song, I just know the Billboard would be censoring every other word in that song. I mean, just look at what MTV did to 3435.
Baby, you might need a seatbelt when I'ma leave it like a door. Even though I'm with you, like a don't need no side.
Yeah, I love me some instrumental music. But I don't know, I'm still kind of 50-50 on this one. He really got me to feel bad for a cheater. I don't know, do y'all think this was deserved or did he go too far? Let me know in the comments. So the next story is titled How I Got Revenge on My Cheating Ex and Still Laugh About It. This happened almost 5 years ago, but I still get a good laugh out of it. I had my suspicions that my then fiance was cheating. We had been engaged for over a year and he just seemed very hesitant about the wedding. We were also always open books with each other. Not that we needed to look through each other's phones, but they were never passcode locked. He could use mine and vice versa, but I noticed he got more protective with it. He would sleep with it under his pillow. If I asked to borrow it to look up directions somewhere while my phone was dead, he put up a fuss about it. He was also working late, so just a lot didn't make sense. But one day, my friend sent me a screenshot of his Tinder profile. So my friend and I made one using another friend's picture, with her permission of course. I can already see where this is going, but honestly, I'm here for it. She lived in a different country, so we knew we were safe that he wouldn't recognize her. Or I guess I matched with him and set up a date. I saw him park and go into the restaurant that we agreed on. A few minutes after he walked in, I messaged him on Tinder to let him know I saw him and wasn't attracted to him, so I left him as to not waste his time. That is so messy, I love it. When he got home, I had already moved all my stuff I wanted to keep out throughout the day, blocked him everywhere, sold the ring, and never told him why I left him. Just a note that said, "You aren't right for me." To this day, he still asks his friends why. Muhahaha, the misery of the unknown. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is what I want to see. She really on that pretty and petty as hell vibe. Like she really said, look, it's not you, it's me. Except it really was him though. But I just love this for her because that was the right amount of cheeky. Like she didn't even tell him what he did wrong, and honestly, that's valid. It just reinforces why she had to leave him in the first place, because he was so comfortable in this lie. Do you guys think she should have told him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. So this story is titled I Unintentionally Have the Best Cheating Ex Revenge Story Ever and I Hate Myself for It. Okay, drama? I was in a relationship with this girl when we were both in high school. Our relationship was very toxic and I now realize that a lot of that was me. I would get insecure and jealous over every little thing that she tried to do and would try to stop her from pursuing the things she likes because of this. One of the things she really got into was modeling. She started doing photo shoots with a pretty well-known photographer in our area, and this made me very upset at the time. Side note, this was almost a decade ago and I have become more mature since, I promise. Okay, character development. I told her how I felt and we started to argue. In the end, there was pretty much an unspoken agreement that she would be allowed to continue her modeling thing. I would soon come to realize that my assumptions, though in hindsight seemed absolutely delusional, were actually correct as I went through her phone and found messages between her and her photographer calling each other daddy and baby. I confronted her about this and she insisted it was purely platonic, and my dumb face believed her. I'm sorry, in what world is calling someone baby platonic? Come on bro, wrap it up. A few months pass and I go through her phone again only to find really long conversations between them, with an awful lot of I love yous which they exchanged frequently throughout. This was still not enough for me to want to end the relationship, but the third incident was the straw that broke the camel's back. There was a third incident? We were out on a date and at some point she told me that she wanted to go through my phone. I told her that she's welcome to do so as long as I get to go through hers. She then changes her mind, which only piques my curiosity even more.
You don't find that suspicious?
So I insist that she go through my phone and that I will do the same with hers after. She goes through my phone and finds absolutely nothing because I genuinely don't cheat. And as you'd expect, I find new conversations on her phone. This time with the guy's girlfriend, where she appears to be very upset and she calls her various derogatory names for being in his house with him alone. This prompts me to end the relationship right then and there, and they make their relationship official on social media just a few weeks later. Yeah, she checked out of that relationship a long time ago. Now fast forward a couple years, they break up and one of our mutual friends thinks it would be a good idea to get us back together so that maybe I can help her mend her broken heart. I don't mind the idea, as I've always felt like even though the relationship ended on bad terms, I could have done better in the relationship. So we meet up and one thing leads to another and we do the deed. She then tells me that she hates how the relationship ended and that it was a shame that we couldn't make it work. I agree with her. Although there is a small part of me that just wants to scream, it didn't work because you're a lying, cheating. Damn it, I can't say that. We meet more frequently over the next few days and it always ends with me in her bed. However, at some point she asked if I have any plans on making it official between us. I was afraid this was going to happen. I decided to lie and tell her that I had just gotten out of a relationship and I wasn't ready to start a new one. The truth was that I had been single for a while and was only beginning to be happy again. I started to appreciate having more time to actually do things that I wanted to do, to be able to be with family more, and focus on my priorities in life. I truly felt at this point that I had grown so much since we last spoke and that she was still the same person just with a different hairstyle. I knew right then and there that I had no plans on getting back with her. She then hits me with the last question I want to hear. When will you be ready? At the spur of the moment, I tell her that I'm not sure yet, but maybe soon, and so trouble begins. Yeah, not gonna lie dude, you dug yourself your own grave with that one. We continue to meet up and hook up day after day, and she asks the same question. Are you ready yet? You know when you're on a really long road trip and the kid at the back is constantly asking, are we there yet? And you just turn the van around and tell them we're not going anymore just to make them feel so crappy? Well, it was something like that. I couldn't take it anymore and just wanted her to shut up. But instead of telling her the truth, I told her something else entirely. I told her this was all just an elaborate ploy by me to get revenge on her for cheating on me all those years ago, and that I had been waiting for an opportunity to screw her over. I told her that I didn't care about her at all and that she was delusional for thinking I would ever get back with her after what she had done. God damn. Of course, this conversation ends with her in tears. I drop her off at our mutual friend's place and we never talk again. It has been a few years since, and I still feel guilty knowing that she was probably in a vulnerable state and that I made her feel even worse. I would very much like the opportunity to tell her the truth, that I had pretty much forgiven her for what she did even back then, and that I understand that I was also very toxic during our relationship. But that's not happening anytime soon because she blocked me on all socials. I mean, understandably so. And the last thing I want is to drag our mutual friend into anything involving her again. Edit, I understand that the whole cheating thing maybe sorta justifies what I did to some people, but I was genuinely over it at that point and was at first genuinely willing to give it a shot again. You might argue she deserved it, but I just feel bad knowing there were better ways to let her down. I just wasn't brave enough to deal with it. Yeah, not gonna lie dude, this was brutal as hell. Word of advice people, you should never sleep with your ex. Or just with anyone you're mentally checked out with, cause someone could genuinely catch feelings and that's when it starts to become complicated and messy. I honestly think he should have just told her the truth and moved on. Cause now he sounds like the bad guy even though she's the one that cheated. Like, two wrongs do not make a right, bro. I don't know, what do you guys think? Did he go about this the right way? Let me know. But anyways guys, that's all the stories I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. I know this video is a little bit on the shorter end, but I wanted to give you guys something before the year ended. I truly appreciate all the support I've gained this year and hope to make more content like this in the future. But thank you so much for being here and have yourself a happy new year. Wow, that rhymed.